Hey everyone, you're listening to 4Player Podcast, a weekly live show about video games. We hope you'll stick around for another year of gaming discussion, fantasy critic hijinks, and of course, general shenanigans here at 4Player. Before we start this episode, we want to send a thank you out to everyone who listens and give a quick welcome to any newbies. I'll try to keep this short because this is, and always will be, an ad-free show. We've been at this since 2008, so if you like what we do, please subscribe and leave a review on your preferred podcast service. Join us in our Discord at discord.gg/4player, or, if you're so inclined, throw us a couple bucks a month on Patreon. We record these episodes live every Tuesday night on twitch.tv/4playerpodcast, all spelled out, and episodes hit podcast services on Friday morning. You can find all the links you need at 4playernetwork.com. But enough about that, let's get started. Alright, hey everyone, welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 847, also the last episode of 4Player Podcast in a pre-Hollow Knight Silksong world. How does that make you feel?
Sure. Very glad that Silksong's finally coming out so we can stop talking about Silksong.
We haven't even talked about the game
Chris
yet.
Davis, shut up.
This motherfucker.
Yeah, you can
also,
I'm
be
very
your
excited. I'm starting to hit a lull in my gaming. So something
a
new.
lot of cool shit out there.
Some spaces
There are
opening up for Hollow
two
Knight.
sick ninja games you could be playing that are in our Steam family, Krispy.
Yeah.
Who finally pulled the trigger on Shinobi?
I did, you fucking rich
Yeah.
bitch.
Finally, thank God.
Yeah,
I downloaded
I
it
made
today.
poor choices because
Fucking pay up, bitch.
Oh man, this motherfucker! It's like this guy was out here, like he pinged me in Discord out of the blue to be like, "Yo, you gonna buy
showed
Shinobi?"
interest in that game weeks ago. You showed interest.
I do a video game podcast, bro. I show interest in a lot of games. What are you talking about?
I mean,
Don't worry, I'll take the hit. I'll buy Hollow Knight.
did I tell you that
Steam.
this is a Shinobi game not developed by a Japanese developer? It's French developed. Huh?
First of all,
Japanese IP that's French developed.
Is that true? Is that
That
accurate?
true. That's true.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, you should have said that. I would have bought it instantly.
Yeah, exactly. I did say that.
Anyways, guys, welcome to 4Player Podcast. Like I said, episode 847. It's September 2nd, 2025. I'm your host, Nick Henderson, joined by Brad Simons.
Hello.
Christopher Guthridge.
Hello.
And Christopher Davis.
Good evening.
And video games.
This motherfucker thinks he's on Cocktail Time. You hold it up like you're definitely displaying it. You want us to ask you about it or something. What is going on there?
It's tea. What the fuck do you want?
Bitch, that's apple juice. Do not lie to us.
This is tea.
You apple juice drinking motherfucker.
First off, what's wrong with apple juice? And second off, this is Arizona green tea, okay?
I mean, I'm going to say it. I don't care if it's offensive. Apple juice is for children.
I love apple juice.
That is a children's juice.
Okay, what about apple cider?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Apple cider is great. I love apple cider. But apple juice, do you have apple juice in your fridge? Do you pour yourself a glass of cold apple juice to eat with your Lucky Charms in the morning?
What about white grape juice?
Oh,
that's closer to adult, for sure.
It's
closer to adult.
Closer to an adult drink, for sure.
Because I
like
love
just
that
straight
stuff.
up apple juice is like you might as well get it in a juice box.
Yeah, you might as well just drink milk.
Yeah.
I have drank several glasses of milk since last week.
And,
I bought a gallon yesterday.
Wait, but for cereal, right?
No, not for cereal.
Y'all buy milk.
Cereal.
I buy milk and I
drinking.
pour it into a glass and I drink it.
That's the most bougie thing you've ever said, dude. Milk is expensive. You're just buying it to drink right from the.
Well,
glass?
for the record, I buy half gallons. Unlike
Okay.
Oh, but they're
Chris Davis here.
half gallons.
Yeah, he gets them delivered to his front door.
Oh man, wouldn't that be cool?
No, Zero Skies
I-
in chat.
I-
Zero Skies, you can drink juice as an adult. I'm just saying specifically apple juice is a child's juice.
Look, here we're gonna play a quick
It's
game.
like
there is a juice that I drink almost daily. What do y'all think it is?
Pomegranate.
No.
Cranberry.
Penis
Yes.
juice.
Goddamn, it's cranberry.
The juice of some young guy. Sorry.
I drink cranberry juice on almost a daily
to
basis.
help with your
Yeah,
menstrual.
but see, cranberry juice is for your urinary tract infections. I get it.
It does help, but I do love the taste
Yeah,
of
but
cranberry
again,
juice.
cranberry juice is not like a child's juice. That
Yeah.
like you could mix that with vodka and it's great, right?
But
like
I don't mix it with vodka though.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
but
But I'm
it's
saying like
still-
no
it's
one's
still,
mixing
like-
apple juice. Well, I
Cranberry
mean,
juice
I
is
guess
like
you
still
can.
an adult lady juice. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's a
not
lady
it's
juice.
not like a baby juice.
A lady
Yeah,
juice?
Apple juice is a
That's-
baby juice. Yeah. What are we
Look, I
talking
don't
about?
get apple juice very often, but occasionally I'm like, you know what? I could go for some apple juice, and I get some at the store, and it's
Do you
pretty
pour it with
tasty.
ice? You pour it with ice?
Yeah.
Or do you go
Yeah, I think
right?
so. Honestly, it's been a while since I've had apple juice, but
Do you pour it into one of
Yeah.
your
I drink
like?
cranberry
Do you
juice
reach
with
for
ice.
like
This is
the
such a
Pixar?
what is this
Pixar glass?
conversation?
Hey, Chris Davis, is that a sweet tea or is that like a what kind of tea you got there?
It's the Arizona green tea with honey. I will go get
Like
you
you
the
just-
gallon if it will satisfy you.
You buy the
gallon?
gallons of Arizona?
It's so much cheaper than buying the individual
It's
bottles.
like- diabetes in a fucking carton, dude. There's so much sugar in those. I think they certainly taste like
I actually have a discarded
they're
bottle
not
here.
like you shouldn't be drinking them. What?
38 grams per 20-ounce container.
Guys? Okay, I'm putting a stop to this. What are we talking about? We're here to
We're
talk
talking about
video games.
ninjas and shit, Nick. Come on. But these are the questions that people want answers to, dude.
I suppose.
Who are these
Nick's-
people?
Is
This isn't nearly as interesting as
is
like the zip
this
whip
cultural
conversation.
is Chris Davis you know what? I don't want to say anything about, I don't know.
Oh, you do. You just don't want to say it out loud.
The green teas, you only get the never mind. Let's continue.
All right.
He likes the cherry blossom on the label. I get it.
I like things that
I-
taste good.
Okay. Sure. Like semen.
I hate you so much. What a
All right,
we're
talk about
starting-
ninjas or something. Nick.
We're starting this podcast over. No, we're actually okay, guys. We are going to talk about video games today. We are real quick. Is Chris Davis and I the only one here who played Metal Gear Solid Delta?
When you say that, like, man, shut up. We've all played that fucking game before, Nick. I've been playing new video games.
That's fair. I think that's
I
actually
got it
pretty
from
fair in this
GameFly.
case.
I got it from GameFly, and I was about to open it, and then I saw the reviews for Hell Is Us, and I'm like, you know what? I'll send back Metal Gear and play something new.
Can I? Oh my god! Real quick aside. So the circumstances in which I came upon my copy of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater were I had canceled my pre-order online, and I was like, I'm just going to swing by the store on the way home and pick it up. Right. So I stopped at a GameStop that was on my way home
You fool.
to pick up Metal Gear. Let me tell you this real quick. I went first of all, and we've talked so many times about how depressing GameStop has become. This is the first time I've been actually flabbergasted, offended. Like I walk
What do you
in.
mean? When's the last time you've been in one?
I mean, probably been once every like 4 or 5 months, maybe.
Oh.
For whatever reason. But like it seems it gets consistently worse. I walk into the store, right? And I walk up to the counter and there's this like, I don't know, 17-year-old kid or whatever. And I was like, I'm here for Metal Gear Solid Delta. And he's like, cool. And I was like, I know what's coming. He does the thing. He's like, you had a pre-order, right? And I was like, no, I didn't. Right? And he does the thing. We all know. I worked there for like 7 years. I remember how it works. They'd be like, oh, well, let me check, see if I have an extra one for you, but you really should pre-order it. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then he hits me with, he pulls it out of the thing and he's holding it in his hand. And he goes, do you want to add the $3 insurance to the game? And I was like, no, I'm fine. And then he goes, are you sure? And he starts doing this, like shaking his hand, and you can hear the disc has broken free and is like rattling around on the inside of the thing. And I was like,
Whoa.
are you fucking kidding me right now? The most insane, like unhinged thing I've ever seen. And
I would say like
That
fuck
is
you.
scummy.
I was
Yeah.
like, In retrospect, first of all, I've ordered games online before and they've shown up like that, and it's never been a problem. So I was like, no, I'm fine. Just give me the fucking game, and I left.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, why didn't I take the game, literally just open it in front of him, and
I
check
would have just said, "Give me another one, bitch."
Yeah, it was just, oh man, I was like,
I would have
this might be the final straw. Like, I'll never step foot in this fucking store
Also,
again. It was the worst.
They increased the prices of the insurance. Like, it used to be just $2.
It's based on the price of the game, so it's like,
man,
it's like,
this guy says that like he buys the insurance.
Yeah.
No, it's I worked there. I worked there for so long, and they were doing that when I worked there. They had the insurance thing, and it's always based on the price of the game. It's just it's super
like apple
also,
juice. That's for children.
I'm pretty sure that kid that did that was wearing this like ratty T-shirt with an apple juice stain on the front. Like, it was like, I was like, what is going on?
That wasn't apple juice.
It was so
what
gross.
GameStop was this?
You're gonna don't dox yourself. Don't dox yourself.
I'm not gonna dox myself.
There's like 30 of them in Austin. Like, it doesn't matter.
It's in the Round Rock area. I'll just leave it at that.
There's like 5 in Round Rock.
Oh, is it that? No, is it the Pflugerville one?
Is it the one that?
Okay, what if you're like, don't dox yourself, but let's ask him questions until he accidentally doxes himself.
The one by that Walmart.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know unless you worked within that GameStop district. But there was a GameStop in that area where the manager stole like $10,000 worth of consoles and then disappeared, and that's how they quit.
Based on where I know Nick lives, I know exactly which location he's actually referencing. So.
I don't know because I've never been to Nick's house.
And I think the one I'm talking about is the one that is closest to Nick's house.
That would explain a lot, actually.
Yeah. That's a notorious one. That's a real bad one.
Well, fun. Anyways, that's my aside. We don't have to keep talking about GameStop. The place fucking sucks.
Please don't.
All right. All right. Well, let's jump into it. Let's. I do want to talk about. I know it's a game that's been out for years and years and years, but I do want to talk about Metal Gear Solid Delta because I have played through the majority of that game, and it is also the first time I've touched a Metal Gear game since Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, which I don't remember what year that was. What was that, 2015 or something?
2015, baby.
10 years ago. That was like 10 years ago yesterday.
Yeah.
Or
and
2 days ago.
And not only is it the first time I played a Metal Gear in some time, it's also like, this is like, because Metal Gear Solid 5 was kind of a departure. It was kind of open world-esque.
They were all departures. Every Metal Gear
they were all sick reinventions.
Yeah.
You're right. They were all departures. But I think one thing, and I'm really enjoying my time with this remake. I think it's a really good modernization of this classic game. But
absolutely,
I'm realizing, like, holy shit, like, I had forgotten the scope of this game is so much smaller than I remember. Like, in my head, it was so much bigger. But like, I've played this game for 10 hours and I've spent about like 3 or 4 of those hours kind of running around like warehouses and urban kind of like environments, right? And you don't spend as much time as like in my head, like 80% of this game was in the fucking jungle.
I mean, it is a geometrically accurate remake of a PS2 game. There was only so much like 3D space to work with.
Right.
Oh, but you also got to remember, Nick, coming from Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, which are in very like contained spaces that are even smaller than this. You know, this one did feel more like spread out for sure than those first two.
I guess I have such kind of fond memories of like the earlier games in the Metal Gear Solid series that going back to it now after having spent so many years now playing games, because like modern games just in general are obviously just inflated, like super inflated comparatively speaking. I'm not using that to say this is like a critique of Metal Gear Solid 3. I was just surprised because like they throw so many mechanics and tools and things at you in this game, but there's not enough game to like really use them all.
Dude, that
in one playthrough has
always been that though, right?
Yeah.
Like you know the first area of like Metal Gear Solid, like where you're like stepping on puddles, or like when you go into the snow and they're like, whose footprints are these? They don't do that ever again in that game. see your footsteps and follow you. It's only there, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, which game was that? Where they did
in
that?
the original Metal Gear Solid, in that first area with the helicopter, when they see your footsteps and like follow the footsteps, they don't do that again.
They do it again. They do it again when you go when you come back through after the tank fight, because there are guards patrolling in that little canyon. And I think they also do it again in the snow field if you try to go back upstairs.
Well, then that makes sense. They only do it in snow area.
Which makes sense,
There's very little.
Of which there are not that many. But there's a few notable ones, I suppose.
Yeah. There's always like so many mechanics and options and gadgets and stuff, but like the games are relatively simple. I mean, they got more advanced, but like I always thought what was cool about Metal Gear Solid was just the amount of options you had. So like every time you died and played the game again, or just played an area over and over, like you always were like trying new shit. And that's what was so sick.
Yeah. Like right here in this village, I'm just about to take some food out of my backpack and throw it over the fence towards the dogs. And the dogs see it, they'll go over, they'll eat it, and then they'll go to sleep. So they're no longer a threat. Or I could take a bit of like poisoned food, like a poisoned frog, add that to my weapon inventory, throw it at a guard, and it poisons them. There's so many like interesting mechanics, but unless you experiment or you really start doing a lot of conversations on the codec, like you'll never know they're there.
Yeah, and I get very comfortable in games like this because I find what works for me, and I'm also just kind of I'm very like I like my silenced pistol, and I had to sometimes I have to like force myself to be like, stop using this fucking gun. There's like 10 different weapons in this game, and I'm not using fucking any of them.
But see, Metal Gear Solid 3 was kind of the first one where you could really go guns a-blazing too.
Yeah,
just say fuck it and like pull out a AK or whatever the fuck he was using.
But the camo system is so good, and but here's the thing about this remake.
I remember you having to hide for a long time in this game if you wanted to play pure stealth.
You do,
and you got caught.
And it's especially troublesome. I ended up in like a loop the other day where I like essentially I knocked some dudes out. I left them in a bathroom. I wandered off. I was doing something totally unrelated, and then someone across the map fucking found the body and triggered an alarm. And I kept being like, I couldn't figure out why this was happening, and I was like, what the fuck? So I like I was like, I didn't do anything. Nobody saw me, and I reloaded the game, and it kept fucking happening. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers are like all the way across the other side of the map finding some body I left somewhere. And that's cool, but also super annoying because like then I had to like sit in a locker for 100 seconds just to get out of the
it was absurd. It wasn't like that in the first two Metal Gear games.
And it's even worse now.
Specifically.
It's even worse now in the age of cell phones, because then I end up like, oh, I'm gonna sit in this locker and wait for this thing to go away. So I pull out my phone and start like checking, like doom scrolling on my phone, and then I realize it's been like 400 seconds, and I should really stop looking at my phone. It's the worst.
Nick, have you gotten far enough to get to the dream sequence?
Dude,
with the sorrow?
Yes. I mean, I'm literally. Right now, my PS5 is in rest mode. And I'm in the I'm doing the chase, like where the Shagohod is chasing me on the motorcycle.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm at the very
end.
That
dream sequence is like a completely brand new thing.
I heard it was made by Platinum.
That was made by Platinum.
Yeah.
Wait. Which
like the prison dreams sequence?
When he goes to sleep and he like has that like dream that's just like some other game.
Yeah.
No, that was a thing that was part of the original Snake Eater.
Whoa.
Yes, that was remade by Platinum.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't even remember. I just did this a couple days ago, and I don't remember. Like, he's in the prison.
Is it? It's when he goes to sleep. You have a dream. I think do you have to turn off the game? Like it was an Easter egg in the original where you start playing like this action game.
You had to save and quit, and then when you came back.
I didn't see that.
You need to look it up because that's
it's like a new thing that Platinum made specifically for
when you beat the game, you unlock it automatically, but you could also go through the steps for that secret to play it. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it starts like it's like Victor or something like that.
And to Zlade's point in chat, yes, I do.
Guy Savage.
It would be great if no one was here talking. it would be fantastic if Nolan was here to talk about it. So hopefully he'll have a chance to chime in on it at some point. But yeah, man,
Is it sick?
What, the game?
The Guy Savage like remake or whatever.
It's supposed to be great, from what I understand.
Dude, I even tried to like do I was like, I've got to do the thing where you save and quit and come back and like let the end die from old age. But I was like, I powered the game down and I like walked away and I was like,
but that's such a good boss fight.
Yeah, I know. And I ended up doing the boss fight the traditional way, but I was like, but when I played the original game, I didn't know you could do that. And I didn't find out till later after I'd already finished it. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. So I was like, I'm going to do it now. This is a perfect opportunity. So I power down, I walk away for like 5 minutes and I'm like, well, fuck, what am I going to do now? This is what I was doing. I wish I had gotten to this part before I was like ready to go to bed or something and I could just come back tomorrow. But I came back like 10 minutes later and it wasn't nearly long enough. Like his stamina bar was still mostly full. So I didn't really get to experience that. But yeah, that is a cool boss fight.
Yeah. I mean, but like the work that has been put into this partial remake, I guess. I don't know where it falls on the spectrum there.
I feel like
partial remake.
Partial remake for sure, because it's got
the bones. It's got the bones underneath.
The bones are so like it.
Yeah,
it blows my mind how quickly I move between areas of the game, and it's just because it's a byproduct of when it came out.
I mean, it's just so fucking good and feels so respectful to the original version. Like just. This is 95%.
It is the original version.
But it's like 95% the same game we played, but with the quality of life improvements that make it a transformative experience.
Let's be clear here. This is the equivalent of Ocarina of Time, the tap screen for the boots. That's
better than that.
I mean, but like that is a game-changing update to that game that makes that the definitive version of the game, in my opinion.
Like fixing the camo system, not having to go into your menu for that is huge.
I can't even, I can't even imagine playing this game without having to go into the menu to change my camo.
What about on the first day? Do you have to do that from the menu still?
No, if you get injured like that, it just pops up with a warning that says cure. You press up on the D-pad and it immediately takes you to that menu.
But you do have to go to the menu.
But you don't have to like.
It wasn't much of a puzzle game or anything.
It wasn't.
It was too much back then. I'm watching footage of this Platinum Games Guy Savage thing. It looks like Bloodborne. This shit looks so cool. Like that action game in the original Metal Gear Solid 3 was butt. It was butt. And it was like isometric. I mean, kind of. It wasn't good. This looks sick.
Yeah. Well, now I wish I had experience. I guess I'll have to try it after I.
Yeah, maybe you could pull up footage during the break, Chris Davis. But this shit looks wild.
Yeah, or we could just talk about it next week. But I'm just so impressed by how good the quality of life and the new controls make this game so much better. Like just the ability to aim over the shoulder is so much better than Subsistence was, Snake Eater itself was. It feels so good. It makes the boss fights, the bullshit boss fights that are in this game, so much better.
Boss fights suck.
I mean, the Fury
even with Subsistence back in the day. Subsistence made the boss fights too easy because of the camera change.
No,
I just did the Volgan fight yesterday, and I was like, this fight. I don't know. I mean, I think of Metal Gear Solid I've always thought like they have some really amazing boss fights, and I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like Snake Eater has like some of the weakest bosses in the.
I mean, the Fury is still absolutely bullshit. He still has that stun lock AoE attack that he will just instantly wipe you out. So I
see.
The funny thing is, that's where I killed him.
What, dude? The funny thing is, the Fury is like the only boss fight so far that I actually enjoyed, dude, and it only took me one try.
Because they're too like the Pain, for example, is so easy in Subsistence because you could just see him all the time.
I mean, I just put on thermal goggles, and I always could.
Yeah, but I mean, you know,
fear,
going into in the original Metal Gear Solid 3, like with where it was still isometric, it was you know, it was you had to like play Twister with your hands to like get into first person, you know, and back and forth and running.
You had to hold like
around,
3
pulling
different
it
buttons
up.
just to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was balanced around that. And then Subsistence comes along, and I'm like, okay, well, this is too easy now. And now that it controls even better, it's like, I don't know, it's weird. But it's still kind of that in between, right? Like Metal Gear Solid's always in this weird place where, like within its own series, it's doing cool advancements, but it's like the shooting never feels good, right? Until maybe Metal Gear Solid 5. So like when they do remakes to like fix like some of the camera stuff, it's not like
Honestly, the combat.
it's
in
not
this
like it
feels
suddenly
pretty
has
good.
become a good shooter or anything.
I think this is actually a good shooter now.
I mean, I don't think I've ever felt as negative about it as Brad has, per se.
But like I think in terms of like pure action, like Metal Gear Solid didn't truly feel good until Metal Gear Solid 5. Like it always felt sort of like clunky, or the controls were just like not like just not well thought out. There's just too much going on, and it was, you know, compared to its contemporaries and as far as like shooters and action games, it always felt like its own thing. Metal Gear Solid 5 is when it like stood out in its own like oh no, this is like the best feeling like third person in game I've played, period. Before that, it was always qualified, I feel like.
I agree with Brad, and you guys should all play Metal Gear Solid 5 again. It's really good.
I would love to play Metal Gear Solid 5 again. Just if I can avoid having to play that fucking shit story, then sure.
Damn, see, there's that
It's
aggressive
hardly
That
there.
shit story.
Like
I hate to say it, but
absolutely
like,
garbage.
Any of it there.
dude, all of these stories, like, sorry. I think Hideo Kojima is very overrated as a storyteller, underrated as a presenter of cool gameplay things, right?
Oh well, I'm
And
gonna push
I
back on
think
that a
I think
little
people
bit.
talk too much about him as a storyteller, and I think it's disrespectful to all the cool video gamey things in all his video games. But
Oh, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing you just said.
why?
Uh,
Why?
because it's not disrespectful. Like
But like the
the
people
video
don't even
gaming
talk
element.
about that shit.
First
It's
of all,
like
second
these.
of all, you're like I don't know, like you're saying he's a bad storyteller because the story is bad, not necessarily
Well,
because of the way he's telling it. Which okay, so maybe he's
yeah,
not great at
both.
coming up with like super intricate, like deep narratives, but I don't think
It's
anyone
mostly
would
like
disagree that
pacing
the way he
issues and stuff.
tells the story is
No,
very
but that
good.
is part of the problem. Like there's horrible pacing issues in all of these games. All of them.
I like what Bognoy says.
And
Bognoy
it gets worse.
Bognoy says his stories have strong vision and great themes, but that doesn't.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Sure,
then he
yeah.
names his characters Die Hard Man, and
Whatever.
he does.
That's
Hey,
part of
and-
the charm. That's part of the charm.
And then he
Like,
does
Death Stranding-
terrible things to
45 minute
characters
Death
that
Str-
I.
and
Death Stranding is not catching strays in this conversation.
45
I mean,
minute
dude,
cutscenes
It can
not
catch some
okay.
strays.
Like it's, the pacing
playing
is fucked up.
playing this game side by
first
side
of all,
with Death
thinking
Stranding
of
2.
names is hard. Okay. Second of all, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay. Like,
Also,
shut
it
up.
started
Shut up.
stupid. It started stupid. Metal
Hey,
Gear
look.
Solid is
Amazing
so
and-
stupid.
And all the characters are named after fucking vegetables and like
Look.
underwear.
Look, I don't think Death Stranding 2 should be catching strays because I feel like his commitment to vision and the scope of his game design has come a long way since.
Who's throwing
since the beginning.
shade at Death
Chris
Stranding?
Davis is throwing shade at Death
He
Stranding.
doesn't even
I
play.
will.
He did. He fucking
I played all the way through
first game.
one. I haven't played
Yeah.
two
No, but
yet.
like, what I'm saying is like the most excited I hear about people that play Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2 is when they're talking about the video game part of the video game.
Sure.
You know? And I feel like
Sure.
the truth is, at least for me, it's always been that way. I think the story is wild, and I like that he's a wild and crazy guy and maybe slightly a bit of a perv, but it's those video games, man. And
Yeah,
so
of course.
to take it back to Metal Gear Solid 3, it was all the cool boss fights and like the mechanics that are,
Yeah.
Dude, there was
a
a time.
lot.
It's funny.
but-
I'm like, as I'm playing this again, because it's been a very long time since I've played this. I remember I just kept thinking to myself, like, oh man, there was a time in my life where I thought this story was the coolest fucking thing I'd ever seen in my life.
It's
Dude,
It's
okay,
funny.
it is cool, and
Yeah.
also
cool.
you like Aaron Sorkin, so I mean, like, let's
Whoa,
not
whoa,
get
whoa,
like,
Let's-
like,
dude,
What the
dude,
fuck?
let's not
Roll
get
it back
too
there,
fucking
Krispy, roll it back.
crazy
Hold on,
about
hold on,
like
hold on.
what is and isn't good writing.
Hold on.
Holy
hold
shit.
on.
That's
It is okay to dunk on Aaron Sorkin. That is
It is. I
didn't say it.
absolutely acceptable. But like, he's done good things.
yeah.
Sure,
I like the
so is
West-
Didn't he
Hideo
write The
Kojima.
Social Network? Like, that's
I
a really
love-
good screenplay.
I love the West Wing. That's really all I'm saying.
I love The West Wing too.
I know, but like the quality of writing in like the West Wing and the Newsroom isn't any less silly
don't
than
lump
like
them together.
what's
Don't
going
lump
on
them together.
here.
Stop it.
Like-
You could. It's no one likes Newsroom. Okay, like it's
No,
okay
I
to make
know,
fun of that.
I know, but
I like the
Newsroom
first
is not
season.
like Newsroom is not like some anomaly in his writing. It's just like a more distilled version of like all of his worst impulses. Like
sure.
what is in Newsroom is in the West Wing.
I just
Yeah,
find
Aaron
it crazy
Sorkin-
that this is even a topic of
What-
conversation
I
coming
just
out of
stick
Metal
to writing.
Gear.
I'm just saying like there are people writing like political action, like political stories that have like a certain level of like respect and prestige that
Sure.
something like Metal Gear Solid doesn't have, that are in no way any less like fantastical or stupid or silly than anything Metal Gear Solid does.
I think you're missing
Sure.
my point. I mean, I wasn't. I don't have my problem with that side of it. It's more just like, like you are so into your stuff, you think it's okay to make me sit here for 50 minutes. Like that's not okay. You can be weird, but like that's kind of absurd. Also, who's the Toby Ziegler of Metal Gear? That's my question, because I think an
Otacon,
excellent,
obviously.
an amazing cast lifted up the West Wing. Amazing character work, Martin Sheen's a goat.
Listen,
There's nobody. There's no Toby Ziegler in Metal Gear. There needs to be. How dare you say Otacon? How
The
fucking
Colonel
dare
would be
you.
Leo.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Mei
Metal Gear Solid 3
Ling.
is cool.
Oh,
We know
can
it's
I
cool.
just say? Can I just say? God damn it! I'm so like. I hate
Yeah,
having to
Lily.
use my codec to save in this game because I can't. Because every time fucking paramedic decides to ask me if I've seen some movie,
That's
And then she
what
talks.
happens.
and then she talks for like, and I'm like,
That's why you press triangle to skip the conversation, Nick. What the fuck
I
you
don't-
doing?
the fact that I feel like I have to press triangle to skip the conversation makes me feel like that didn't exist at all.
The fact that you could do that in the original versions of the game, first off, because I used it quite a
I
bit.
know.
But also, like, okay,
It was funny
here's
the first two times, and then I was like, okay.
But also,
I just-
like, here's another that's cool thing about the codex is that they've updated some of the dialogue. Like, there are references in there that are updated to 2025.
You mean the Godzilla reference?
That is one of them. There are more.
Gotcha, Chris Davis.
Are they good?
It's the first conversation you have with paramedic. You can't avoid it unless you want to do an Iron Man run of the game.
Blue Rose Case in chat asked a very good point. Does this count as Nick playing a Japanese game?
No, absolutely,
God damn
absolutely
it.
not. Absolutely.
A
Not.
Japanese
Also,
company remaking another Japanese company.
Not even a Japanese company remaking it. They outsourced it to Virtuous, and they're from
fuck.
Spain.
Sorry, Nick.
So
They're from
You're
Spain.
still racist.
like Mercury Steam.
Look,
We're not
You know-
supportive of the Spanish
See,
video.
it's
game.
always Eurojank with Nick. Like,
look. I think I inadvertently kind of like made this conversation sound negative from my perspective when I wasn't really trying to, because I did blow through this game. I've spent 10 hours playing it since Friday, which is pretty good for me, and I'm finishing it. And it reminds me kind of how much I kind of miss the
You
series.
say that like you're wrapping that shit up tonight. You have so many cutscenes to watch.
No, I'm not wrapping it up tonight. I've got to get up for a flight at 4 in the morning.
Also,
so that's
fighting the
Where
boss
are you
is a pain in the
going,
ass.
Mick?
I'm going to Dallas. It's nothing
It will
exciting.
always be annoying.
Ew. Wait, you're
Well,
flying to Dallas?
Yes, I'm flying. Yes,
So-
for a
Why?
work related thing that I don't really want to go to. So I'm flying in and flying back tomorrow, so I don't have to drive for 6 hours. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
I don't know. I'd rather tank the drive, and it's not 6 hours, right?
I mean, it's 3 both
That
ways, more
plane
2.5.
ride's gotta be
3.
like 30
Yeah,
minutes.
He's going to spend more time at the airport than he's going to be actually.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Look,
That's
look,
the
look,
stress of
they're
the
all-
airport is
the company's paying for the flights. I don't care. I'm
Okay,
just
okay, all right,
going.
all right. Business class.
What if this is the flight
No.
that gets you though?
Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up, Chris.
Nice.
Damn it, oh my god.
Why'd you say that? We almost had him overflying. He was almost
Yeah.
finally okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
You just fucking
You
ruined
should
it.
watch La Bamba
couldn't
tonight.
resist.
La Bamba.
I couldn't resist.
I fucking hate you, Crispy. Oh my god. Don't worry, I'm bringing my Steam Deck so I can play Lumines for 45
Did you watch
minutes.
season 2 of the rehearsal, dude? That is the best
No.
thing to watch.
Dude, it's so
on the plane.
good. Oh,
That
the
would
miracle
be
over
so
the
good.
Mojave.
Man.
Oh my god. Real quick,
Okay.
let me get this final thought out so we can move on, I guess. I just want to say I feel like this is a really good modernization of Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't know how do I follow up that comment with Crispy made? I don't even know. It's like
What?
now I'm like trying to like talk. Now I'm trying to
The
be serious.
HD
after-
remaster of Subsistence was a good version of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
My question is,
Yes.
does this game truly justify its
Okay,
existence?
I
Yes.
don't think we can answer
Yes.
that question until we know how good Fox Hunt is.
Okay, that is a fair point. We won't know about
Did y'all
Fox
play
Hunt
any of that?
for that's
It's
not out
not out.
yet.
It's not?
No, it's coming out in
They're
a couple
releasing
months.
an update.
Oh.
Hey, look. All I wanted to say was that like it's a good modernization of the game, but like part of me is disappointed because I feel like this could have been more than just a pixel for pixel remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, and that is
But it
never more
is.
apparent to. No. Listen. The modernization stuff, like the upgrades to like the UI and the controls and the quality of life stuff is all fantastic. I'm not debating that. But the fact that every single environment is exactly pixel for pixel the same, and the fact that I'm constantly
polygon
the
for
areas
polygon.
the areas themselves are so small by modern standards that I am literally running through areas in like a matter of seconds sometimes, and it's like loading between scenes. Like it's just like this game has been they've quote unquote re-released or remade this game 5 times now, and it's like they could have done something a bit more ambitious.
I heard they didn't even hire
could have.
David Hayter to like record any new dialogue or anything.
No, he had new
That's
dialogue.
actually crazy.
He had
He
new
does- he
dialogue.
does have
He,
new-
he was part of the marketing campaign for this.
Does he have new lines though?
Yes.
I just read a thing where he was.
It's minor things about like adjustments to the new control schemes, but it's small things.
Like they brought him in to say like the DualSense controller or whatever.
or more like push the action button, and they're referencing a different button.
Classic David Hayter.
I mean, what the fuck do you
Look,
want?
I'm not trying to disparage you. I know you like the game, and I like the game too. I'm clearly enjoying playing it a lot.
Metal
I'm
Gear
just
Solid
saying,
3 is one of my favorite video games. It's
it's
okay.
it's a great video game. I just can't help but feel there was a missed opportunity somewhere because this still
What a-
feels like I'm playing a
There was this
game
whole
that came
thing-
out in 2002 in a lot of ways, or whatever
There
year
was this
that
whole
was.
thing in an interview where he was talking. The headline: David Hayter quote would have loved a redo with Metal Gear Solid Delta. He thinks his acting chops have improved a smidge over the past 20 years.
Yeah, he probably won't. But they reused the audio track, so he
I think
probably
he's just
meant-
saying he wanted to like
redo the
actually
whole
re-record
thing.
his lines.
But they did that once and it was awful.
I will say there is
Twin
one.
Snakes.
I mean, yeah. I
From
mean,
Metal Gear
it was
Solid
bad. Silicon Knights fucked that up. But the re-recording, they have a whole new version of the Snake Eater theme. I think it's better than the original, honestly.
I mean, cool. I
and
mean,
that's
great.
cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. But again,
It's a song though. Like, yeah. Can
a
I
song.
say though, like like do a real remake. None of this partial remake, because Metal Gear Solid has been done dirty for years. And like the original Metal Gear Solid is still my favorite, and I think is the best. Not only is it the best one, but I think it can be the most improved by a remake. Like 3 didn't need this. Metal Gear Solid needs a real ass remake and not that Silicon Knights bullshit.
Metal Gear Solid has to be reinterpreted. Like you cannot
whatever
do a
reword
remake.
you want to use, but it's a remake. I mean, I still want the same game.
What I'm talking about,
the characters and the story and the.
What I'm talking about is like a RE2 remake.
Yeah,
style
that's what
thing.
I mean.
And that's what I'm saying. I wish.
A real
That's
remake.
what I'm saying. This could have been like they could have
that
gone.
was never going to fucking happen with this.
Not
okay,
Metal Gear Rebirth.
fine.
I don't want that, dude. Imagine Nomura and Kojima in a room together. That's
terrifying. That's terrifying.
I might set it on fire just to take out Nomura, though. I mean, I'm gonna miss Kojima, but Nomura must be stopped. I think
it looks like David Hayter and some other actors re-recorded lines for like tutorial shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what.
Like none of the performance is new. It's all
that's what Chris.
original.
That's what Chris Davis was saying.
Apart from very specific lines.
I said they.
Okay. Yeah, that's not what what people are wanting or Hater was wanting.
Yeah,
but,
like that's
we
not,
all
who
know
cares?
what people are wanting, but it was never going to fucking happen.
Lines to get like a touch, like hit the touchpad, blah blah. Not like.
Yeah.
Shut up, Chris Davis. Shut the fuck up.
No, it was look. No, you shut the fuck up because it was never going to happen in the fucking first place. Konami has no internal development teams that is capable of a Metal Gear game full-on ass remake, okay? They outsource everything they do. Every fucking thing.
Outsource it to someone.
Nothing to do with
they outsourced it to Virtuous, who earlier this year put out the Oblivion remake, which supposedly is pretty decent too.
What we were talking about, there's nothing to do with re-recording dialogue. And my original point was that I felt bad for David Hayter because nobody wants to hire him to play Snake. Like,
that's bad.
I mean, the fact that David Hayter is the face of the marketing campaign for this game, I don't know.
I don't.
This
what
and
do you mean you don't know
the marketing campaign.
He's Snake.
No, like he's literally live action coming out and doing 20-30 minute promotions for these games, for the Master Collection, for this, and probably for Volume 2 when that eventually gets announced.
That's fine, dude. Right. Who cares, man?
Like, I'm just saying, you don't pull out the old voice actor if you're not gonna use him.
But they did.
Yeah, this just isn't that remake. It just wasn't that. Yeah.
And they weren't gonna do that with this like first test of like, can we do this? Can we even trust a third party studio to do it right?
Okay.
All right.
David Hayter, writer of the Watchmen screenplay.
Well, is that true?
Wait, is that true?
It's true. It's true.
And star of Guyver 2, I think it was. Oh, and he wrote X-Men 2. He also did that.
Yeah,
he wrote X2 X-Men United.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a career in Hollywood writing.
Yeah.
Dang. All right, we can move on. Look, I wasn't trying to turn this into a debate over
what's Dule Hill up to? Dule Hill, is he working?
I think he's
I haven't
retired
seen him in a while.
That can't be true. What are you talking about?
Well, he did. They did make a Psych movie.
Yeah, but he hasn't done anything since, as far as I know.
But he just said he retired. You know his IMDb. Okay,
like please look it up and tell me if he's in something, because I do want to see him in something else.
No, he retired.
All right. Well, okay. Sorry.
Shinobi.
Metal Gear Solid Delta, great game. Go
somebody
play
just a friend of a mutual friend of ours just texted me randomly to say I'm allergic to apple juice, and I'm like, okay. So that I think
he's a working actor. Dule Hill is a working actor.
Good for him.
Dude, he was in that serious Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot.
Really?
That came out. Yeah.
Who did he play?
I don't know. Omar Campbell? Who's Omar?
You know, one way you can
he's a working
tell
actor. Yeah, absolutely. He's in all kinds of stuff.
I honestly
one way you can
didn't know.
tell that my wife is like getting into a show or something or a movie is she'll start to refer to, like, when she sees an actor pop up somewhere else, she'll be like, "Oh, look, it's," instead of saying their real name, she'll refer to their name in that other thing. And she's a big Psych person. And I forgot what it was we were watching, but we saw Dule Hill pop up somewhere, and she goes, "Hey, look, it's Charlie." And I was like, "Oh!"
Dude, he did 5 episodes of
It's
Muppet
happening.
Babies. Mr. Manny and Muppet Babies.
The fuck? Okay, we really need to move on. Hey,
There
Brad,
was a new Muppet
down-
Babies show?
put down the IMDb. Put down the IMDb.
Dude, he was in the show Ballers with The Rock. 22
Brad.
episodes. Yeah.
I'm passing
What's
the
up?
baton to you.
Are we talking about Shinobi?
Yeah, tell us about Shinobi. We did talk about the demo a while back, but playing the full thing,
Yeah.
the full shebang.
Yeah, because I like that demo. I think I said that right. Did I like the demo? I like the demo.
Yeah. You were pretty positive on it.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Forever to link together is Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and Shinobi, whatever the fuck subtitle.
Art
for
of
this game
Vengeance.
is. You know, because these are 2 dead ninja franchises that, you know, just surprise motherfuckers. How about a sick ass action platformer?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm
Brad.
just kind of riding the high. I finished Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I really liked it. And I was like, you know what? Let's go from ninja to ninja.
On to the next ninja.
I mean, it's Year of the Ninja. I'm excited to play Ninja Gaiden 4 later this year as well. It's exciting. But yeah, this one is Lizard Cube. I guess are they the main developer on Streets of Rage 4? Anyways, it looks nice and it feels really good, like Streets of Rage 4. And I haven't played like an insane amount of this game, but it is. You know, I gotta be honest with you. Silksong does come out this week, and I probably, if we didn't have a podcast,
I will probably
wouldn't
never
have-
touch this again.
No. It's not that. It's that I think I would have eventually played this. I really like the demo. It reviewed really well, and it looks gorgeous and it feels really good. But I'm saying if I didn't want to have like a new game for the podcast, I probably would have waited because it is really close to Silksong, and I know that I'll probably, if I don't finish it beforehand, I'm probably going to put it down before Silksong, because it's Silksong. But yeah, so I've been playing it. It's cool. I kind of don't remember exactly what I was saying in that when I talked about the demo, but I will say it looks beautiful. The combat feels like amazing, and you know immediately that it's amazing, right? Because when you start the game, you get lots of moves. You know, there's a shop and everything, but like you can already like double jump and air dash and like just flip through enemies and stuff. You could do all that shit right from the jump. Like they're not fucking around. They're like, this is, you're gonna feel like a badass ninja like immediately, and you do. And then they just kind of ramp up like tricky enemy types to like make it more challenging with like armor and shields and stuff. But it's all about like everything feels good. You have a dive kick right away, and there's so much like hit stop when you hit an enemy with that dive kick, and it's just designed for you to knock enemies back and then immediately like chase them down with like an air dash and just do sick shit. It feels so good. The thing is,
shit.
so I really ended up liking Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, but they're very different games. They feel very different. This is a game with like a combat system, right? Like, you know, back in the days of you know, 8 and 16-bit like action platformers like Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi, they didn't have combat systems back then. They, you know, you attacked things with your attack. And Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, you hit everything like is like a one-hit kill unless it's not a one-hit kill, and you got to use your like supercharge basically. But it's all about like going through levels as fast as you can, like attack enemies, you're platforming. It's very fast paced. This is a much slower paced game outside of combat, where you're kind of like exploring a level. The weird thing about the structure of this game is that it's very Metroidvania. Like, people are saying this isn't a Metroidvania because it does have distinct levels. But that doesn't make it not a Metroidvania. It's still a Metroidvania. It's just the areas are not connected to each other. Like you would not call Metroid Prime 3 not a Metroidvania because you're going to different planets and those planets are not connected to each other. It's still a Metroidvania. And what I mean by that is you're getting, even in the very first level, you're coming across like gated like secrets and areas and stuff. And there's a lot of stuff behind those secrets areas and like impassable walls and whatnot that you can't get through like immediately. And like you're not going to get anything in that level. I mean you're going to get some stuff in that level that might help you get through some of that stuff, but you're certainly not going to get all of it. So like the idea is that in later levels you're going to get abilities that you're going to go back to previous levels to do in the same way you would in any Metroidvania. It's just the world is not all connected. But like other than that, it's like super a Metroidvania.
I remember when you were talking about the demo, you said it seemed kind of simplistic and straightforward. Is like I think with the level design,
weird
is that
thing, right? So like this is the kind of thing like so if you saw like before I got to this area, I took a long elevator ride down or maybe ran down a long hallway. I was just moving like a thing or whatever to like open a door, right? And on the previous screen, everything outside of combat feels like these guys are this is their first Metroidvania. It's definitely like it doesn't feel like a Metroidvania designed by someone who's been doing this for a very long time, right? So there's oddities. Like why is this elevator ride lasting so long? Nothing is happening. Or like you might go down hallway after hallway with like nothing in it. And it just feels like y'all don't do this a lot, do you? And it's not a problem because like there's some vibes, the music is nice, it looks beautiful. I'm not mad at it or anything, but it definitely feels like this is their first time at that. Like when you are pushing a block to solve a puzzle, I'm like this is a little too slow. And like anybody who's been doing this for a long time would know that this is too slow. And it's not like a huge negative because what you're here for is the combat, like absolutely, and that shit is really good. But like Lizard Cube, like what they're known for is a side-scrolling or is a beat 'em up, like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and those truly are the most simplistic video games, right?
yeah.
Like, and they're all about the
level
combat.
design is not much of a thing.
You walk from left to right and you beat up like various like types of enemies and like combinations of those types of enemies, and you get to a boss and then you go to the next stage and you do it again. Like there is no complexity in a fucking beat 'em up. And this kind of feels like someone who's really good at making beat 'em ups. And Streets of Rage 4 felt really fucking good, by the way. And now they have to figure out how to do like gated, like Metroid, the stuff you typically see in a Metroidvania. And that's what feels a little like it just feels off because I've played so many Metroidvanias in my life, and this one feels like
but
definitely
like it feels off, but you respect the attempt.
But like from a Metroidvania perspective, you are absolutely not going to get anything fresh out of this experience based on what I've played. But it kind of doesn't matter. It's just funny to see how different it feels. Like I can really feel that this hallway's going on too long, man. You need to put like 2 more enemies here because there's not enough going on. And that's fine. Like I sensed that when I first saw a trailer of this game, honestly, where there was just like one dude up on a ledge shooting bullets. And I'm like, I don't even know what he's shooting at. He's just shooting bullets. That makes sense in like a straightforward action game, like an old school Shinobi where the threat is in front of you. But when the threat is up on a platform protecting a secret, why is he shooting bullets? It don't make sense. It just seems like weird. But that's fine. It's not.
Do you just go Super Saiyan?
Dude, you have like various Nimpo and special abilities. Like I can't stress enough how good combat feels in this game. That is why you're here. And It's not like those Metroidvania elements are like rancid or anything. It's like I feel like Ninja Gaiden Ragebound was smart enough to know that like they didn't need that shit. Like those are the people that made Blasphemous. They know how to make a Metroidvania, and they're pretty
They've
good
proven
at it.
that,
But
yeah.
it was a throwback to Ninja Gaiden, and Ninja Gaiden was not like that. And I like Ninja Gaiden Ragebound feels a lot more like classic Ninja Gaiden in holistically, then this feels like classic Shinobi. In fact, I'd argue that Ninja Gaiden Ragebound feels more like classic Shinobi than this does. But that's fine.
Dang.
But like this is a beautiful game. There's like voice acting and shit. I mean, I really don't care about the story, but it's crazy to see like this is definitely like a bigger production, I think. I guess. But it's not as tight of an experience outside of combat. And I was down on Ragebound level design early on, but that was a game that got better and better and better up until like credits, especially
Yeah.
if you're going for like S rank or like the challenges and stuff. This game, it just feels kind of like it's fine, it's there, but we know what we're here for. Like a beat 'em
Hollow
up
Knight.
kind of.
Oh.
Well, Silksong. But like I said, like you're not gonna play much side-scrolling action combat that feels this good. Like it is, like in terms of like game feel, like kind of best in class. Kind of like when you remember when you like picked up Metroid Dread for the first time and you're like, oh, this feels nice, right? Just like the movement and the speed
sure
at which
do.
everything was moving. Like I immediately, like when I first combat encounter I got into Shinobi, like I had those like, oh, like immediately they know how to do this.
Yeah.
And it's there's a lot going on in terms of like the amount of moves and stuff you have, but like it feels so intuitive, I think, because it feels so good. But then you get like a thing to climb white sticky walls or whatever. You get your ninja claws, and I'm like, that's just the most uninspired upgrade ever. And you move a little too slow, but whatever. It's fine. It's the first time. But yeah, Shinobi. It's cool. I mean, I recommend it. It's it's nice that like it's $30. I don't know if that's a lot for an indie game anymore, especially when Silksong is going to be 20. But
That's
it feels
crazy, right? That's fucking nuts.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's definitely them going, we obviously never have to, I mean, Team Cherry is 3 people, right?
Yeah.
Obviously they don't have to worry about money ever again, so they're just like, fuck it, we'll just do $20, I guess. Like it's, there's no reason they couldn't charge like $30 or even $40, but they're charging 20. But even with the original Hollow Knight, they did that shit, right? Like Hollow Knight would go on sale and it would be sub $10, and they started doing that within a year of launch, like really quickly, and they really didn't need to, because that game was only building up notoriety and like sales, and but yet there you could still buy Hollow Knight for like $8. So I don't know, whatever. They're just, we like Team Cherry, I guess.
We do like,
now,
I think, yeah.
now that
moral
they
of the
have a
story.
release date, we're back to liking Team Cherry.
Yeah, I'm no longer depressed about my Fantasy Critic.
This
roster.
is fucking cool. This is fucking cool, and I like how like the environments are very of this era. This is like a big like submarine complex or whatever, facility or a factory or whatever.
Perfect for ninjas.
I was in like the city streets level before this one, and it was just the graffiti on the walls, and I'm like, oh, this just feels very 80s. It just seems cool. Like they kind of, when they get it right, they get it very right in this game.
They understood the assignment.
Try the demo. There's a
less.
demo. You'll know immediately if it's.
Or if you're in our family, you can just play it now.
I kind of wish it was like a connected Metroidvania, but I mean, you do a lot of backtracking. You just fast travel everywhere.
Boo, fast tracking. Anyways,
I mean, the map is pretty good. Whatever.
All right.
Shut up, Nick.
What? I'm just kidding.
All the games you fast travel and you just keep to yourselves. You're not like, you know what I mean? You act like you always walking everywhere, but we know that's not true.
No, I mean, there are definitely games where I fast travel, but that's usually an indicator that I'm maybe not enjoying the game as much as I would like.
Dude,
I'm being honest. I'm
You
being
could do fast
truthful.
travel well. You could do fast travel well. You got to do it like Morrowind. Various forms of travel. You can teleport via the Mages Guilds if you're a part of the Mages Guilds, right? Or you can take a hitch a ride on a stilt rider. They had ways of getting around quickly, or you can equip the boots of blinding
That's
speed.
different. That's different. Any game that does fast travel that's like built into like the lore and whatnot is totally different than going
All
into a
about
menu, selecting a
lore.
thing, and like loading, like, cutting to black, and then fading in somewhere else. Like
Like
that's the
Spider-Man
lamest shit.
taking the subway.
That's pretty
'Cause
cool.
there's a
Yeah.
cute animation, so it's acceptable.
Yes. Sometimes it's the little things. That's all it
Whatever.
takes. But anyways,
Whatever.
hey, Crispy, is this the one?
By the way,
Oh,
final
God damn it.
thing, and I'm not
I hate you.
is that like this game in watching in the stream the way you are is not really doing it justice. Like this is Shinobi's a very pretty game. Try out the demo, put it on your best screen. It looks hot.
Hot, hot, hot. Anyways, Crispy, you
Yeah.
said this Voyagers might be the one for No Man's Sky, the update for No Man's Sky. What did you mean by
Yeah,
that?
it's the one where they finally fixed the game.
Damn.
They finally made it good.
We know that's hyperbolic, right? Is that the right word? Am I using the right?
I don't know. Everybody loves these guys. You know, Capcom can't catch a break with Monster Hunter, but these guys can do no wrong now.
I
Whatever.
mean, they're pretty crazy, and this is maybe one of the biggest updates they've ever done in terms of gameplay shakeup, right?
Yeah.
Like with like Origins was a pretty big deal because they completely revamped like how planets and everything work and what kind of variety and things you can find on those planets. When they introduced like like shipbuilding, when you could like build your own fighter ships, that kind of changed how people play the game and prioritize what they do. This feels like such a monumental change to just like the general player experience, right? Voyagers, the big headline of Voyagers is that they've added corvettes to the game, which are
What?
larger
Okay.
corvettes. Just shut the fuck up, both of you. Oh my god.
Talk about product
capital
placement.
ships. Capital ships.
I know. I'm
They have
kidding.
introduced larger ships, like ships that are not giant freighters, but also not single seat fighters. They've introduced like Millennium Falcon size ships, a corvette. Okay. They've introduced the shipbuilding mechanics from Starfield. They finally put the last nail in the coffin. There is now no reason for anybody to buy Starfield. You just play No Man's Sky.
That's
it does
brutal.
everything that Starfield does and more. A lot better.
Did you ever? I mean, you know.
I never uninstalled that game, by the way.
Also, the other day, the Steam version of No Man's Sky put up its highest concurrent users ever. Like, so this update is a big deal. This one has spiked popularity in the game again. But yeah, the footage that we're looking at is just me building a ship. I was kind of the ship that's in the background is the one that I made for myself that I've been using. But for this footage, I decided to make a new one because you can have multiple Corvettes as long as you got money to buy parts. So
of which you have lots.
Of which I have lots. Because so again, this changes everything, and not just because you can build your own ship that is like your perfect fighter / apartment / little mobile base, but because they've added Corvette ship parts to like the loot pool of the galaxy, right? So now if you go to planets that have salvageable scrap, you can find collectible drops of these ship parts, and they're all worth a lot of money. So now earning money has gotten super easy. Corvettes let you do things like they can hover and you can open their hatches and just like jump out of the ship right? That lets you do things like loot planets without landing, which means now you don't have to build launch thruster fuel, which is always like such a big barrier to entry for like new players. Is that like you have to keep getting dihydrogen jelly and like metal to make launch thruster fuel so that you can keep taking off and landing. Now with the ship, you don't ever have to land. You can jump out of it and then teleport right back up to your ship whenever you want. It's crazy how much more efficient one of these ships makes you at just like doing your normal like flying around looting bullshit. Um and it's fun and it's crazy and it's sparked this new wave of creativity in the community because not only can you use just like the designated Corvette parts to build ships, but you can also stick anything else that you can build onto a ship. So like
non-ship parts.
yes, that like the if you go look on the Reddit, you'll see people sharing their builds, and like I've seen ones that are like, one was was a flying garden, like someone just made this like peaceful little park garden that is also a ship that flies around. Someone
What?
made a ship that is the Tower of Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings. It has the fucking
Hmm.
Eye of Sauron on top of it, and it's just flying that around space.
Damn.
People are making like robots. People are
So
making every
aerodynamics,
kind
not a
of
big thing.
no, no, not
It's
at all. It's a
space.
spaceship. Yeah, what
It's
are you
space.
stupid?
Yeah.
Um, but any
Nick has
kind of
watched
like
zero
fictional
sci-fi and fiction.
any kind of like fictional spaceship you can think of, people have like figured out how to make them. There's star destroyers running around. The fucking Winnebago from Spaceballs is flying
Oh, I would
around. I
expect
saw someone
that.
do a Borg cube. Someone did a giant skull, like a really weirdly detailed like skull. Like I don't know, man. This is crazy. This is the one. If you were ever like on the fence about No Man's Sky and you're like, I don't know, maybe it's cool. Now it's cool. Like before it was maybe like your mileage may vary. Now it's cool. Now it's
And
like a
now it
fucking
is 100%
now it's a fucking game.
cool.
And they're about to start the community expedition. We don't know when. The rumor is that it's going to start tomorrow. They usually just
What is the community
announce
expedition?
uh expeditions are like the seasonal play for the game. So you start a new save file that has like certain conditions that are defined by the expedition. So everybody starts the same way, and you have a roadmap of objectives that you have to hit throughout the expedition, and as you hit those objectives you unlock free rewards, and a lot of times they give you like really cool exclusive rewards that you can only get by doing the expedition, and the expedition's only live for like 3 or 4 weeks, right? So like for instance, I got like a flying saucer ship one time. I got a ship one time that looks like the Razor Crest from the Mandalorian, and the only way you could get it was by doing its expedition. Like you get all kinds of really cool exclusive things for your account, and they're doing a Corvette focused expedition this time. That's going
Ooh.
to you will build a Corvette and you'll unlock cool like exclusive Corvette parts, because now like buying and farming these parts is going to be a huge part of the game. Like
You
Harry Yeti in chat says Crispy made me do it. I'm buying No Man's
dude,
Sky.
it's on sale all the fucking time, and it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good. And look at this shit, and they're just gonna keep adding more and new different kinds of parts. Like, yeah,
It
this is the
almost makes
one,
me
man.
wonder if how they're making another video game.
You should fast forward. No, that's the crazy thing too, is that like they were talking about this system. So they're working on Light No Fire, right? Which is their like kind of more
Yeah.
fantasy survival crafting game or whatever. And the whole premise of that game is that it is going to be one single like planet-sized world that everybody is on, right? And there
Yeah.
will be actual real true to life scale a true to life scale planet with like true to life scale oceans that you can cross. So they were like working on a system for like building ships in Light No Fire, and when they figured that out, they were like, we could totally do this in No Man's Sky. So they brought it over to No Man's Sky too. Like, so
Oh,
you're gonna
that's
be doing
wild.
shit like
Smart.
this in Light No Fire, except they're gonna be sea ships to like sail on the ocean. Like,
Hell yeah, I'm into that.
it's fucking sick. Also, how is the onboarding? Um, it's pretty good. It's a lot better now. I mean, it's not like playing an MMO. Like it'll onboard you, it'll teach you everything. Um, starting a new game is now, I would say, arguably much easier because you can build Corvettes. You can build a Corvette before you leave the first system, and it kind of gets you over some early like crafting hurdles. Like, if anything, this made the game too easy, probably, but it's still a lot of fun, and it's not really like supposed to be a super intense experience. It's supposed to be a fun exploration
Well, what
experience.
level do you have to be
Um,
to get the Corvette? Do you have to
you don't. It's unlocked right away.
reach
You just have to
midlife
have money.
crisis?
No, no.
But don't you have to have like a bunch of money, or do you build a Corvette from like purely like mining?
You
shit
do have
on
to
the
have a
first,
bunch of money, but it's now easier to get money.
because you're finding parts that you can then sell.
Yes, exactly.
I
And they're worth a lot.
Okay.
I have a
It's
question.
easy to find parts if you're on a planet that has salvage. They're worth a lot of money. It's great. Like this is the one. God, there was something else I was gonna say and I completely forgot what it
Oh,
was.
I hate that. Don't you hate that?
Because you guys.
Why you think about? I have a question, and you can think about it. When this game came out, I think 10 years ago now, the
10
the
years
original
next year.
okay, so whatever. The original premise was that you were in a galaxy. The overall goal of every player was to get to the center of the galaxy, and when people finally did that, they were disappointed. I don't know what happened.
This is not the time.
My question is like, have they
That ship has
replaced
sailed.
that with like a primary motivation that they present the community for play?
Sounds like that's the expeditions.
Yeah, that's such an old.
Oh, that's what I was
you
going to
should
say. Thank you. Shut up. Bog Noise asks, how is the onboarding? What I was going to say is like, expeditions are an incredible way to onboard because you can start a new save file, do the expedition, and when the expedition is over, that save file just becomes a normal save file. If you already have a save file, you can start an expedition from that save file, and when you finish, all the stuff that you earn will come back to your normal save file with you. So onboarding, this is a great time to do it because if they do launch the community expedition tomorrow, that will be a fantastic way to learn how to play the game. Okay, anyway, to answer Chris Davis's question. Yeah, that whole thing is completely different. Now there's a bunch of different story paths that you can go that explore different mechanics and different areas of the game, but like you also have to understand there's like 500 galaxies now.
Oh,
Like if you get to the center of your galaxy, it takes you to the next galaxy. And each galaxy has its own characteristics now. Like there are pleasant galaxies that have like a high concentration of like normal hospitable planets. There are entire galaxies that are deserted where like you won't find any NPCs. All the space stations in that galaxy are abandoned. There's like no life except for sentinels and flora and fauna. There are extreme galaxies where like most of the planets are deadly. Like it's a whole thing now.
really?
And there are like people know now how to like skip through galaxies. Like they know how to get to like the center of a galaxy pretty quickly, go through that black hole, take you to the next galaxy. There's even a certain like pattern to the galaxies that you visit. It'll be like normal, paradise galaxy, normal, like hell galaxy, normal, abandoned galaxy. Like it's crazy. It's a whole thing now.
It sounds like it's that original concept. It's just over the game itself has like grown well beyond
Yeah.
the scope of that original concept.
You always start in Euclid, which is like the starter galaxy, but yeah, now there's like I think it's like 550 galaxies. Yeah,
Wow.
That's
so
bananas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
God, that fucking algorithm that they've made. Wow. Did you ever find a planet with a sandworm?
Yeah,
You did?
yeah. I played one of the expeditions where like every planet had sandworms. They're pretty common.
Damn.
Like
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
Like
It's just.
If
I'm
you're
pretty
in a-
sure we
if
asked
you're
these
in, like,
questions
one of
like
the
half a
harsh-
decade ago
Yeah,
on this
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah,
I'm sure we
did you ever
did.
find a Stargate? Yeah, Stargates are like a very. In fact, now, oh yeah, that's part of the trick. Now you find a Stargate, and if you enter every sigil on the Stargate as the first sigil in the galaxy's Stargate code, it'll take you to a planet that's only a few thousand units away from that galaxy's core. So it's like really easy to just like skip through galaxies now.
Oh, that's
People
cool. That's
figured
cool.
the tech.
A
Like
gate system. Yes.
They've dialed in
yeah,
like
it's
the
whole
magic.
thing.
They've
It's
dialed
the
into
whole
like
fucking thing, dude.
the magic formula, which is like just finding
You
the
do
ways to
everything.
make the
You
game
can do everything
fun.
in this game that you can do in Subnautica. You can do everything in this game that you can do in Starfield. You can do everything in this game that you can probably do in Elite Dangerous. I don't know. I mean, like,
Not Star Citizen.
yeah, yeah.
Well, nothing can
Dude,
do Star
well, I
Citizen.
kind of wanted you to, I kind of want you to like jump forward in this footage a little bit. It's not
Yeah, sure.
crazy, but like, I like fly the ship out once I'm done building it, and I like get out of it and fly around. Like you can spacewalk now. Like that's a whole thing. Someone figured out
Ooh.
that you can take out capital ships by spacewalking because for whatever reason they haven't adjusted the way you take damage when you're out of your ship, or like what happens when you collide with objects when you're out of your ship. So like capital ships have these trenches that have shield generators in them that you would normally fly through to destroy the shield generators. But one guy figured out he could just jump out of his ship and fly through the trench, and he would just run into the shield generators and explode, like destroy them instantly, and it would do no damage to him. He looked like fucking
What the fuck?
Master Chief, like flying
I
through
love
space
it.
towards the Covenant ship. Like it's nuts. It's
They're
so
gonna
cool.
fix that, right? I'd be like, that's like one of the.
Yeah, probably fix that. They'll probably fix that.
It will,
They're gonna
but they'll
fix
let
that
the
and
community
then-
have fun
People-
with it for a while.
People
They're
are
gonna
building,
fix that, but not tell anybody, and then try
if
it
you
and
want to
just
get hyped
realize.
about this game, like go to the No Man's Sky Reddit and just like browse through the different ships that people are building. Like it's crazy. It's fucking stupid.
That's pretty cool. God,
At
this
the end
game's
of this
come so
video,
far.
I turned the top module into like an observation deck with like windows all the way around, and it looks super sick. And this cockpit's super sick. And this is a cool ship. I think I'm gonna tear it apart and sell everything, but I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't
Very
know.
cool.
You guys should
It's-
try No
it's
Man's Sky.
insane.
It's in the Steam share library.
It sure is, and it sure is.
Oh yeah, and they did a PSVR 2 update, so now like the VR is crazy. So like this guy, I saw a guy
Shut
playing
up, Brad.
in
I
VR
can.
where he was like jumping out of his ship like in VR. Oh, it looks so cool.
Man.
I
This
just
is
found
it. This is it.
a
It's
Guaold mothership in the subreddit for No Man's
Dude,
Sky. I'm like,
people are
okay,
making
all right.
everything.
Man. It sounds like I should try No Man's Sky on PSVR 2.
You should.
You should
If
dust
you're
that
the
thing off
only
and actually use
person-
it.
You're the only
I know.
person any of us have ever met who could do that, Nick, so you should.
That's true. That is so.
You have
fucking
an
true.
obligation.
Okay, I do, and I do mean what. I mean, let's be real, guys. Hollow Knight's coming out this week, but like, before this year is up, I will play a
Baldur's Gate
VR
3.
game on my PSVR 2.
Oh, that's bold.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Chris
bold.
Davis.
Seriously, if you're interested in No Man's Sky, pay attention this week. That community expedition will be starting, and it's going to be sick, and it's a great way to start the game.
Sweet.
I'm glad it's
All right.
going well.
Yeah, dude, this game's come so far. Okay. All right. So this is me again saying we're doing a 1-segment show, and this is my fault this week.
Let's skip the 4-player minute then. That always adds
Wait.
like half an hour to our podcast.
Well, that's because you make it at half an hour to our podcast.
Yeah,
it's
that's
supposed to
true.
be a minute. So why don't you just
it wasn't
stick to
never
the
supposed to
plan.
be a minute, as I've said many times before.
Okay. But it's also not supposed to be like 60 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. But
All right.
the name of it was always a joke.
I'm gonna let you practice. So like I have to
I'm
like I said
practicing.
earlier, I've gotta get up for an early flight tomorrow. So I want to do a 4-player minute. I have a
Sure.
4-player minute.
Oh, so my 4-player minute starts now. Whatever. It's about Derek, okay? This
I
guy's a
named last
menace.
week's show after Derek.
Oh, did you?
Last week's show is called the Derek Show.
Oh, damn. No, it's different now. The scores are different now, and it's bad. He's up
Are
to
they
like
worse.
180 something right now. It's crazy. He is 30 points ahead at least of second place. And it's rough. He's gonna win again. He has like 6 more games left, and he's already almost at 100 or 200 points. It's crazy. I added the people who do the there's a fantasy critic podcast that's pretty good. It's only once a month, but like the topics they cover are perfect for people who are interested in fantasy critic. It's called I was just listening to their episode today. It's called Hype Factor. And I pitched, so I was like, dude, you neither of them play Critics Royale, but they play in like several leagues. They each play in several leagues. I was like, you have to talk about Derek on your podcast. You have to talk about Critics Royale and the fact that Derek is going to win 4 quarters in a row. He's figured it out. It's like he fucking, Billy Bean or what's his fucking name or whatever.
Billy.
Like he figured out how to win, and no one can stop him.
Doesn't that bit make it less fun if you know you're going to
But
win?
because for me, I'm a very competitive person, so I just want to like figure out a way to take him down. But like he's come up with like some formula and he's just getting better at it. Like it's crazy. He's doing the same thing that everybody else does, which is just find games that are going to score well. Don't pick up any games that are not going to score well, and like always, like he has on his roster 25 games. He doesn't have Donkey Kong. He doesn't have like what are some big games that have like he didn't have like Sword of the Sea or whatever, like games that would have cost more because they were kind of hyped going into this quarter. He does not have them because he was like, I can find 25 games that always get a score, that they're going to score well, and that are, I'm not going to pick up any traps, which means it's crazy because while people are around him are like falling for traps, and that sort of thing. It's truly amazing. And games that are like, this should not have a score are like getting scores. Like that fucking 2-Point Museum DLC, which is crazy because only one has ever gotten a score out of like 14, but maybe he did this, like maybe what it was is the first DLC for the last 2-Point game got a score. So he was like, you know what? Maybe the first one's going to get a score. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And it feels like he's cheating. And I want to fight him, like fist fight.
But I mean, that if that ever happens, like let's make sure we monetize it.
Everyone around me is like, you got to let it go, man.
You need to let it go, Brad.
But I'm like, dude, he is mogging everyone and no one seems to care. No one cares,
Brad,
man.
The only winning move is not to play.
No. That's not my personality. I have to win. I have to win. He has to lose. It's not enough that I win. He needs to lose.
You should, when you inevitably lose, challenge him to a fist fight and let us monetize it. Like a fucking pay-per-view thing. That would
Hopefully they talk about it on the podcast, and if they want me to come on to talk about Derek, I absolutely can. Derek is a little bit of a lurker though. I mentioned that before, but I don't know if he's the kind of person who wants to be on a podcast, much less responding to my threats on Discord. Okay, they're not threats. It's all in good fun.
You should let Derek know that he now has an episode of 4Player podcast named after him, episode 846.
It's crazy though. He has 7 more games that are still hidden yet to score, but all these fucking indie games are coming out that like they're just trap after trap. Like they're like, oh man, I picked up a bad one for fantasy, and I keep checking like Hirogami, which was that origami platformer that just came out, and like stuff like that. Like he's dodging them, man. He knows what the traps are and he's not picking them up. And I know what he has on his roster, and I know.
What if it's like a Biff situation? He's actually got like the almanac.
Win.
He came back. He's a time traveler.
So like you can see the game they picked up, but you can see when they added it to their list. So like when they do like the Gamescom, like Keeley show, right? And he immediately picks up like 3 games, or like that Nintendo Direct that happened, the indie one, right? That happened, and then he picks up 3 games on that date. I know what they are. I know, like I probably can't afford them because I spent too much on my budget. But when he picks up 3 games, and knowing what I know about his skill level, I knew exactly what he has, which means I've basically mathed out the rest of the 7 games that are on his roster that no one can see, and no one's gonna beat him. It's sad.
Man.
Fuck that guy.
All right, Brad. That was your
Yeah.
4-player
Yeah.
minute. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, Chris Davis.
I almost want to devote my 4-player minute just to express how worried I am about Brad, that I think Fantasy Critic is ruining his life and he doesn't realize
You said
it. But
no. How about we talk about the fact that in chat you said it's been 3 minutes so far. Y'all might it might be a meme that my 4-player minute's long, but I swear to God, you always take longer than me, Chris Davis. You somehow find a way to make it about 8 different topics.
All right.
Okay.
Rein it
time
in.
time is relative. Anyway,
time is of the essence this week. For
my 4-player minute is about Claire Obscure Expedition 33. There was news that came out last week that Sandfall is currently exploring more content in their Claire Obscure franchise, which is very fucking exciting to me. I think that they have a lot of interesting things that they can do with it, especially with that fucking background of a war that they're talking about in there. But the thing that's really cool to me is that I found a video on YouTube this week that was going into the source files of Expedition 33 to look at like cut content. And there's a shit ton of really cool stuff. For example, the Dark Shores, one of the late game areas, which is just a cinematic at the very beginning of the game. If there's a ship blocking off an entire rest of that level that has climbing mounts and unique enemies and an exit into the forest that in the launch version of the game Gustav wakes up in. So
okay.
That's fucking cool. There's also things like how the Endless Tower was kind of like this weird kind of disappointing experience of just like a series of things.
It definitely felt like cut content in that tower.
But the thing is that it truly is a tower because, as it turns out, if you unlock the camera and just start going up, every battle arena from every fight in the tower that you do is a unique floor of the tower. So you are actually climbing the tower with each fight. There's also alternate versions of some boss characters, some background things. There's entirely hidden like giant Nevrons that just weren't finished. It is really cool, all this stuff that got cut on left on the cutting room floor, and especially that Dark Shores level. I'm kind of hoping that Sandfall eventually is like, maybe we can restore and finish that. You know,
it's possible.
Yeah. So
they've said they've greenlit a sequel, didn't they?
I think they said
I could be wrong.
They said that they're either, I don't remember. I think it was either they said sequel or DLC is confirmed. But either way,
well, they definitely got a winner on their hands, so
they do.
Yep.
But Game of the Year 2025.
The year is not over yet, but
it was over on April 27th when this game came out.
All right, we'll hold you to that. All right, Krispy.
Mm-hmm.
Final thought.
Well. I decided to download and play that Destiny mobile game, Destiny Rising. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
No.
Rest in peace.
Literally no one who doesn't play Destiny.
A Tencent developed Destiny shooter for the phone. That is like a prequel to Destiny. It takes place hundreds of years before the main story, and it is a gacha game because it's all about you play different designed heroes, like guardians that are heroes. You have your own guardian, and then you get all these other heroes out of blind packs. And I will say, for a shooter on phone, it works surprisingly well. And it has some pretty robust story content. And it's something new from Destiny. It's a new Destiny game for the first time in 10 years.
Harry Yeti asked if this got waifus.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, they're not like super slutty or anything.
So, there's a K. Are you telling me there's like a K-34, something like that?
No, this is way before Destiny. So like one of the heroes you can get is Ikora, but she's like a young Ikora. There's there's some like goth chick with a scythe.
Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole bunch, and it's like they don't really do the character classes from normal Destiny, so it's just like a bunch of random people with guns, and then like also random iconic melee weapons, and they all have their own powers. Like it's weird. It's interesting. I don't know, and you can play it on PC through an emulator. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm happy
All
for
right.
Destiny fans, and also sad for them. But
Yeah.
Destiny fans
I'm
deserve
happy
better.
for you, and
They should probably
And
just like
sad.
make a new Destiny.
there's
Destiny
new
3.
there's new Prey 2 footage, y'all.
what the fuck?
What?
Prey
Like
2 footage.
like the human head Prey 2?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Where? I'm looking it up right where.
Remember when that blew our minds
Era?
at
There's
E3
a
and
third
that
on
was
there.
that's
I'm
crazy.
looking for it.
It's probably nowhere near as impressive. Like if I go back and watch that footage
No,
now, it's
dude.
probably gonna be,
It still looks cool.
Oh, I found it.
Still makes
They
still
fucked
makes
us.
me sad. Still makes me sad. All right.
Oh, it's like 7 different clips. Okay. 4 different clips.
Anything else you want to add to that, Crispy? Or
No.
all right. Look, my
It
final
says
minute.
density.
My 4-player minute starts now, and this is the last time you probably have to hear about this from me. But god damn it, we're like days away from the finale of Dexter Resurrection season 1, and
Dude, it's
last week was the highest
spicy.
rated. Last week was the highest rated episode of the entire series, and
Dang. What's that mean?
it's
Highest rated? Like you
as
mean
in
the traditional TV ratings?
looking at IMDb, I guess is what is the
okay,
gauge
okay.
here, user reviews and whatnot. But holy fucking shit, just series is firing on all cylinders, and I'm
Is it getting
over
the
the moon.
viewership it needs though?
Yeah, I mean it
What
is.
does that mean? What does that mean? It's like 18 spin-offs. I think they're doing fine.
Well, not anymore. Not anymore.
What happened to the Trinity Killer one? Is that still happening?
Well, I can tell you right now, if they're not continuing forward with Original Sin, they're definitely not going to continue with the Trinity prequel. And if
Why
they do,
not,
I'd be
though?
supremely pissed.
But that's a different like
Nobody
thing.
people would take a season 2 of Original Sin over a Trinity prequel
But see,
any day of the week.
The way I see it is that it's not that people are like down on Dexter. They just don't want more of, young Dexter.
I mean that's ridiculous. Like Original Sin broke records too. Like it.
Oh,
Look, before Dexter Resurrection came along, Original Sin was the highest had the highest viewership of a new series ever on Paramount Plus. So like, and Dexter Resurrection is the first series that came along and broke that record. Like it was breaking its own records. It's just there was a change in leadership, and the new person didn't want to be spinning as many Dexter plates, which is fine. Whatever, I guess. But like, yeah, Dexter Resurrection is doing great as far as viewership goes, and it's also doing great as far as just being an incredible show, because holy fucking shit. I'm so in shock.
I'm happy for you, and I'm enjoying it. And we should just lump in there that Twisted Metal season 2, same sort of situation. Actually, no. Like the last episode of Twisted Metal season 2 was tragically bad for such a stupid show about a stupid car combat series. They jumped the shark in a way like it is so stupid. Like,
wow.
They bring in Minion, and like he's not even in his tank-like vehicle. It's just on foot. But that's not even the bad part. The bad part is everything in that last episode. Holy shit. It's so stupid.
Really?
Fascinating.
I will say though, Calypso was chewing scenery. It was great.
Speaking of chewing scenery, I will also continue to shine praise on Alien Earth, which continues to be kind of awesome.
Anthony Mackie's not a good actor. Anthony Mackie might be a fine actor. I just haven't seen him act in anything since, I don't know, The Hurt Locker. He needs to stop doing like comedy. That's the problem. That's what I think he sucks at. He's not good at being fucking Deadpool or whatever he's trying to do. It's not whatever. Actually, he toned it down a little bit in season 2. He got a little bit better. But I think he needs to do more serious stuff. I think Anthony Mackie can be good, but it ain't Ryan
Reynolds.
It's not. He ain't that.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. This is it. We're signing off in the pre-Hollow Knight Silksong world. When we return to talk about more video games, we will inevitably be talking about Hollow Knight Silksong. Chris Davis, you're on call here.
I have ordered a physical copy of Hollow Knight. It should be here this week.
Hollow Knight, as in the original? We're going to be over here talking about Silksong, and you're going to be playing
to get
Hollow
that physical
Knight?
copy. How much was that physical copy?
It was $21.
It should spend
more expensive than Silksong.
Forever. In fact, whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. 4playernetwork.com is, of course, the website. You can find our episodes on your podcast service, whatever that happens to be. But, of course, more importantly, if you want to be a part of the community, hang out, talk about whatever it may be, join us in Discord at discord.gg/4player. We'll return next week in a post-Hollow Knight Silksong world. Until then, be good to each other, play video games, and good night.
Bye.